If you're watching this story, I promise, stay till the end. Because what this woman saw inside her office that night changed everything she believed about honesty, humility, and love. Before we start, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, because trust me, you'll want more stories like this one. It all began inside one of the most powerful companies in the city, Carter Dynamics. Evelyn Carter, the company's cold but brilliant CEO, had a reputation for being untouchable. She was known for her discipline, her sharp eyes, and her ability to see through people's lies, but lately, she'd begun to feel something deeper, something she hadn't admitted to anyone: loneliness. Her life was a cycle of board meetings, deadlines, and empty apartments. No family dinners, no laughter, no real connections. Everyone around her wanted something: a promotion, a favor, a deal. And that made her stop believing in kindness itself. Then one morning, she noticed something unusual. Her new junior employee, Daniel Brooks, never came late, never complained, never asked for favors. He was polite, quiet, and hardworking, but there was something else. Every evening when everyone left, he stayed longer. Cleaning up other people's messes, organizing files no one cared about. Evelyn started observing him quietly. One evening, when most employees had left, she saw him video calling someone. His tone changed, soft, full of love. Through the half-open office door, she saw a little girl on the screen, about 6 years old, laughing, calling him Daddy. That's when Evelyn realized he was a single father. Something in her shifted that day. The next week, Daniel stayed late again. Evelyn had left her office lights on but sat silently, watching him from the reflection on the glass wall. He was reviewing financial reports that weren't even his responsibility, fixing mistakes made by others that he didn't know she was watching. Later that night, when she went down to the staff lounge, she found him sleeping on the couch, files all over the table. His phone lay next to him, with his daughter's picture as the wallpaper. He looked exhausted, and for the first time, Evelyn felt something she hadn't in years: respect. But deep down, her mind whispered, maybe it's all an act. Maybe he's trying to impress you. After all, she'd seen plenty of people pretend to be good when the boss was around. So, she decided to test him. The next evening, she called him into her office for some reports. As the night stretched on, she told him she'd be working late and that he could finish up nearby. She purposely dimmed the lights and sat on her couch, pretending to fall asleep. Her bag, her phone, and her diamond bracelet lay right on the table beside her, an easy temptation. Through her half-closed eyes, she saw him pause near her desk. Her heart raced. Would he touch it? Would he look through her phone? Would he prove her right about people? Minutes passed in silence, then she heard soft footsteps that he didn't go for her things. Instead, Daniel gently picked up the blanket from the back of the couch and placed it over her shoulders. He hesitated for a moment, then whispered softly, "You work too hard, ma'am. I hope you get some rest tonight." He walked away quietly, turned off the extra lights, and left her office cleaner than before. Evelyn froze. She had tested him, and he had passed in the most graceful, human way possible. For the rest of the night, she couldn't sleep. She kept hearing his words, "You work too hard," the same thing her late father used to say before she lost him years ago. The next morning, she called HR to check on Daniel. She learned that he'd been working double shifts to pay for his daughter's school and his sick mother's treatment. No one in the office knew. He never talked about his struggles. That week, Evelyn couldn't focus in meetings. Every time she saw him working quietly, something inside her softened. So she did something she'd never done before. She called him to her office again, this time not as a boss, but as a person. "Daniel," she said, "I've been thinking. You've been helping everyone here, fixing reports, training others, staying late. How would you feel about leading a small project of your own?" He was shocked. "Ma'am, I'm not sure I'm ready for that." Evelyn smiled faintly. "You are. Trust me." He took the project, and within weeks, he handled it better than most senior managers. The whole office started respecting him. One night, weeks later, they were the last two people in the building again. Daniel stopped by her office door and said, "I never thanked you for believing in me." She looked up and smiled. "No, Daniel. I should thank you for reminding me what integrity looks like." There was a long pause. For the first time, she saw his eyes not as an employee's, but as a man's. Honest. Steady. Kind. But life had one more test waiting. A rumor spread in the company that Evelyn had promoted him because she had personal feelings for him. Daniel was furious. "I don't want people to think I'm here because of pity," he told her. She looked hurt. "And I don't want people to think kindness needs justification." He walked away, and for days, neither spoke to each other. The office felt cold again, but one evening, as Evelyn was leaving, she found a small note on her desk. It was from Daniel. It read, "Thank you for teaching me that not every boss wears a mask, and not every test is meant to break us." At that moment, he walked in, holding his daughter's hand. Lila wanted to meet the woman who gave her dad a chance. Evelyn knelt to greet the little girl, tears softening her voice. "Your dad's a good man," she said. Lila smiled. "He says you're good too." Months later, Evelyn and Daniel became partners in launching a foundation that helped single parents find stable jobs. They never announced anything between them. They didn't need to. Their quiet understanding said it all. Sometimes, life's greatest tests don't measure others. They reveal who we are. Evelyn thought she was testing Daniel that night, but it was her own heart that got tested. And finally, it learned how to love again. If this story touched you, remember, real strength isn't about power or money. It's about kindness that asks for nothing in return. So don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe for more heartfelt stories that remind us what it truly means to be human.